Welcome to this EDUcast, Vendor VAR Relationships, Go-to-Market Strategy, sponsored by Wildix and Telecom Reseller. With me today is Robert Cooper, Managing Director, North America for Wildix, and this is Gary Auden. This is the third of three EDUcasts we produced. The first was the state of the industry, the second one, the future of technology, and this one is Go-to-Market Strategies, Vendor VAR Relationships. So let's start off with the first slide. Robert, the traditional vendor VAR relationship is changing. What are the key drivers here?
Some of the key drivers that are impacting the vendor VAR relationship are really customer expectations and technology. And both of these are driven by the consumerization of IT. And then the third component really is the go-to-market strategies. Vendor consumption models and delivery models. And the consumption models are driven by market demand for cloud services.
Are VARs really an endangered species? What are the factors that may influence this?
Well, vendors shifting their technology and go-to-market strategies, and these models call into question the value of the traditional VAR in the relationship. We know the VAR is the owner of the customer, the consultant, the installer, tech support, maintenance, and services. But as vendors change their go-to-market strategies to accommodate their new cloud or hosted services, the type of channel they require will also change.
The next slide says something very interesting. It says, how come there's an increase in competition between vendors and VARs, especially in the unified communications as a service space?
Well, because as vendors transition their legacy platforms and technology, the margins for these products are becoming much narrower. Many vendors are now taking back support or services contracts in order to sustain themselves through this transition. And this is opening up a lot of competition with the VAR themselves.
So this is producing a divide between the vendor and the VAR. What is driving the vendor-VAR divide? What are the influences producing this divide?
Well, as influencers go, the vendors shift towards cloud now means they're stuck with the financial reality of what that means. And shifting from a CapEx or a revenue per unit, RPU model, to an ARPU model, a user model, they must now be able to own the customer through a projected life cycle in order to show viability. So this means that they are now taking away the ownership and control of the customer from the VAR. And this is really driving the biggest wedge between the VAR channel and the vendor.
On the next slide, you mentioned the words price wars. Why do vendors need to provide more motivation to their partners? What's going on with the price wars?
Well, the legacy vendors that are in the market, as well as many UCaaS or hosted providers, are all competing with a similar UCC strategy. And that's built around a UC platform surrounded by or integrated with applications. And in this model, everything looks the same. And truly, there's no real value or differentiation. And without these things, you're left with only price to compete on. And so that's why many VARs are left struggling, trying to compete on price and driving the pricing down.
The traditional vendor-VAR relationship keeps evolving. How do the channel strategies of the vendors challenge the VAR's bottom line?
Well, vendors have one goal, and it's not the channel. If it were, they would be completely in and not compete with a direct sales force or alternative routes to market. Sales agents are a derivative of the direct sales force. They're not the channel.
Since vendors are changing their go-to-market strategies, what do VARs need to do when they evaluate the vendor's market focus?
So evaluating the market focus really means taking a look at all the aspects that we've just covered. They need a differentiated technology solution, something that will create value and market opportunity for them. They need to look at the various market models, make sure that they can deliver, consume and deliver the product in any way they find necessary. And they need a vendor with a specific channel focus.
So let's talk about that channel focus. Not everyone knows who Wildix is. How does Wildix help improve the revenue for VARs in unified communications and collaboration market?
Well, Wildix is really, we are a different way of delivering unified communications and collaboration and working with the channel. We actually have only one go-to-market strategy, and that is to support and sell through the VAR community. We offer a unique new market opportunity with a differentiated solution. It is a direct vendor relationship. We don't sell direct, we don't sell through distribution. So we're able to help you increase your margins, increase revenues. There's no competition. And we help even through the onboarding process of getting you up and running. So we're completely focused on the channel.
Now, on the right-hand side of this screen, we have a Wildix partner program. Is there something specific in there that you think makes your offering outstanding?
Well, the partner program, what really makes it outstanding is the relationship. We have a complete road to success for partners. It is more than just an onboarding. It is an ongoing ecosystem, if you will, built around transparency and focused on the channel. We provide a turnkey platform. It is fully enterprise grade. We provide all hardware, software applications. And we provide a litany of technical support, marketing, and training services. So we're really focused on developing that VAR and bringing them along so that they can now compete in this digital transformation that's happening with the business community.
Let's continue with a really good question. Why should a VAR partner with Wildix?
Well, they should partner with Wildix because of all of the above. They should partner with us because with Wildix, you get a transparent ecosystem and you get a vendor that's committed to your success. And we understand the market and we understand where it's going, and we can help bring you through this transition.
I'd like to point out that there's a set of documents, white papers, blogs, video tutorials as resources that can help those VARs interested in partnering with Wildix. There's a lot of contact information on the next page and a number of social media sites that Wildix uses. And I'd like to thank Robert Cooper for today's EDUcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.